The phrase, "next man up," is a cliché often used in the world of sports, referring to the concept of backup players stepping up to fill the shoes of those sidelined by injuries, maintaining the team's momentum and performance. However, this season, the Dallas Cowboys are coining a new term that will be crucial to their strategy. Next step up. This fresh phrase refers to those players that the Cowboys urgently need to transition from being rotational players to becoming significant contributors to the team. This transition is particularly critical in the current year considering the numerous roster demands and the need for relief from the constraints of the salary cap. In simple terms, there are only so many gaps that a team can fill through the process of free agency due to the limitations imposed by the salary cap. Indeed, there's a limit to how many vacant spots a team can fill through the draft. Even though the Cowboys are integrating 10 rookie draft picks and 9 undrafted rookie free agents over the past 3 weeks, these players are all theoretical prospects. Their potential is similar to stock investments, loaded with educated guesses but fraught with anxious uncertainty. Despite the Cowboys' rigorous efforts during the offseason, following their disappointing 7-10 record in 2024, a season marked by widespread team-crippling injuries, they are still a long way from having a fully accomplished roster at every position. Take, for instance, the left tackle position. Last year, the Cowboys attempted to address the significant void left by the departure of future Hall of Famer Tyron Smith, who confirmed his retirement a few weeks ago after spending his last season with the New York Jets. With the 29th pick, the Cowboys opted for relatively unrefined offensive tackle Tyler Guyton, placing a bet on his considerable potential to eventually outweigh his lack of experience. Well, it's time for the big guy to make that next step up. Guyton is potentially the greatest unknown on the offensive line, apart from who will take over as the next man up at the swing tackle position. After all, the Cowboys seem to have discovered a gem in Cooper Beebe at center. They used this year's first-draft pick on Tyler Booker to replace the retiring Zach Martin at right guard, and have already invested in right tackle Terrence Steele and scored a touchdown at left guard with Pro Bowler Tyler Smith. Motsy Smith, the former 2023 first-round defensive tackle, should also take note. To be fair, Motsy did show improvement after a rough rookie year, benefiting from a scheme last season more suited to his skills. He actually played 47.6% of the snaps, a move in the right direction. Still, even though the Cowboys have cap space to re-sign Osa Odigizua and bring in veteran free agent Solomon Thomas, they need more from the Maz, who ended last season with 44 tackles and 4 tackles for loss. The cornerback position is another area of concern. There's some uncertainty there, with the slot fraught with unknowns as Trayvon Diggs could start the season on PUP following surgery to repair his damaged cartilage. Their third-round draft pick, Siobhan Revel Jr., is still recovering from his torn ACL, though he's hopeful to be fit for the season start. The same goes for Josh Butler. And they've lost veteran Jordan Lewis in free agency. So, Kaiir Elam, Buffalo's former first-round draft pick in 2022 who has yet to flourish, it's your time, even if the Cowboys are still longing for a more experienced veteran free agent. Another player who needs to step up is Jonathan Mingo, wide receiver. The Cowboys have just traded for the much-needed number 2 receiver to C.D. Lamb, though George Pickens might turn out to be more of a number 1B. And sure, Jalen Tolbert took a much-needed next step up last season, leading the team with 7 touchdown receptions. But imagine what this receiving core could become if a much-improved Mingo is added to the group in his 3rd NFL season, after an unremarkable career with the Panthers, and plays worthy of the second-round draft pick he was, to fortify a position that is expected to utilize Kavonte Turpin's speed more. Yes, just waiting for Mingo's next step up. Next, and this may seem like an overabundance of riches since the Cowboys possess team sack leader Micah Parsons at one defensive end and did sign veteran pass rusher Dante Fowler again in free agency. But who's next? Marshawn Kneeland, last year's second-round draft pick? Donovan Ezeruaku, this year's second-rounder? Peyton Turner, the Cowboys' economical signing of the Saints' former first-round draft pick they let go after 4 seasons? Or, fingers crossed, Sam Williams, expected to be a starting defensive end last year before suffering a torn ACL in training camp. He's anticipated to be close to ready at the start of camp with 2 more months of rehab available. Are you guys getting the picture? What about another backup tight end to Jake Ferguson, a second-year Pro Bowler in 2023 who struggled with injuries in 2024? The Cowboys did use a 2023 second-round draft pick on Luke Schoonmaker, but he only played 35% of the 2024 snaps in an offense partial to 2 tight end sets. He produced just 27 catches for 241 yards and 1 TD in his second season, while sharing the spot with undrafted rookie Brevin Spanford, who has proven to be a competent inline blocker. It's Schoonmaker's third season, and as Cowboys owner Jerry Jones is prone to quote former Cowboys head coach Tom Landry, it's time to earn your keep or possibly else. There's one more next step up candidate, particularly at a position yearning for a next stepper, even after trading for veteran linebacker Kenneth Murray while counting on last year's third-rounder Maris Lufau and signing fourth-year free agent Jack Sanborn. They are all awaiting the return of DeMarvion Overshown, whose ACL was torn on December 9th after suffering his first torn ACL to the other knee during training camp his rookie season. We're talking about Damone Clark, a fifth-round draft pick in 2022, who fell from being a likely second-rounder after discovering during the NFL scouting combine the need for vertebrae fusion neck surgery. He played sparingly half his rookie season but went on to lead the team with 115 tackles in 2023 after starter Leighton Vander Esch suffered a career-ending neck injury. Clark only started 2 games in 2024 and is entering the final year of his rookie contract. It would be a huge bonus if Clark takes that much-needed next step up. At this point, a team in need of an active middle linebacker will likely rely on Sanborn to start, a player who has started only 19 of 48 games played for the Bears and Cowboys' new defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus. Finally, and yikes, at this position, it's risky to use the phrase, next step up, since neither of the current backup quarterback contenders have even taken the first step. Will Grier, listed as a fifth-year veteran but having played and started only 2 NFL regular season games, those back in 2019 as a rookie with Carolina after spending the majority of his time in the NFL as a third-string QB or on practice squads, and then Joe Milton, the Cowboys trade for the Patriots' 2024 sixth-round draft pick. He has a great arm but almost no pro experience, having played only 1 NFL game his rookie season. It might be a leap of faith for either to become the Cowboys' full-time backup to Dak Prescott without having taken even the first step to prove they can handle the responsibility. Therefore, the Cowboys are likely keeping their options open for a veteran with some starting experience to replace longtime backup Cooper Rush. Remember, this time last year, then Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy kept saying the team's biggest improvement had to come from within, meaning from players taking that next step up. It was a noble goal before the Cowboys lost far too many starters for multiple games. Prescott, Martin, Diggs, Parsons, Overshown, DeMarcus Lawrence, Brandon Cooks, Kalen Carson, Nealand and Williams. They pushed the boundaries of next man up, let alone striving for that next step up. One they hope to achieve together for 2025. Together, they hope to not only fill the gaps left by injured players but to develop those on the sidelines into full-fledged contributors for a team that is striving for greatness. The next step up is more than just a phrase, it's a call to action for the entire roster. Welcome to Cowboy Roundup, a hub for better-prepared Cowboys, and a place for pondering the pivotal question, is it time for George Pickens to receive an extension? Hello there, faithful followers of our beloved Dallas Cowboys nation. We trust you're all in high spirits as we bid farewell to another week and welcome the promises of the weekend. Now's the time to sit back, unwind, and mull over the plethora of news, updates, and discussions that have been dominating headlines and flooding our feeds over the past few days. It has indeed been a time of high energy and excitement, with significant developments and revelations coming to the fore. The past few days have been packed with anticipation, surprises, and momentous decisions, all revolving around our favorite team. One of the key highlights was the much-anticipated unveiling of the schedule. An event that has all of us on tenterhooks, it did not disappoint in its delivery, sparking conversations and speculation about the games ahead. Looking at the lineup, we are filled with exhilaration and anticipation for what's to come. Then there's the significant shift in command within the team. Stephen Jones, stepping up and proving that he is indeed the decision-maker now. His recent actions have demonstrated his readiness to lead, and we couldn't be more thrilled to see what this new leadership dynamic will bring to the team. But it's not all about the management. We are also overjoyed to observe that everyone appears to be in agreement with Brian Schottenheimer. This consensus is a promising sign for the cohesive functioning of the team. We are all hopeful that this unity and understanding will translate into tangible results on the field. This harmony, after all, is what will drive our team towards victory. While we all eagerly await more news and updates about our beloved team, we invite you to browse through the headlines with us. Let's delve deep into what's creating a buzz across the internet and on social platforms. From blog posts to tweets, From fan theories to expert analysis, we'll cover it all, leaving no stone unturned in our quest to keep you informed and engaged. But amidst all the news and updates, one question seems to be popping up more often than the rest. Is it time for George Pickens to be given an extension? This pivotal question has been circling around, creating waves of discussion among fans and experts alike. Pickens has indeed been a significant force within the team, and his contributions have not gone unnoticed. So, is it time for him to be rewarded with an extension? We invite you to join the discussion, share your thoughts, and let's see where this conversation takes us. So there you have it, folks, a roundup of all things Dallas Cowboys. We hope you've enjoyed this journey through the week's happenings. Here's to a weekend filled with more news, more discussions, and of course, more football. Stay tuned to Cowboy Roundup for all the latest news, updates, and discussions surrounding our beloved Dallas Cowboys. We are here to fuel your fandom, keep you informed, and help you stay connected with all things Cowboys. Until next time, keep those cowboy hats high, and let's ride into another exciting week. Could wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk be on the Dallas Cowboys' radar? Any potential trade involving the star player would undoubtedly be cause for celebration, especially for Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, who would have yet another powerful weapon at his disposal. Brandon Aiyuk, an exceptional talent in the NFL, may be about to say goodbye to his stint in San Francisco. Despite signing a hefty contract extension merely a handful of seasons ago, rumors have been swirling persistently that Aiyuk could be on the move. The whispers suggest that he could be swapping the sunny climes of the Bay Area for the bustling cityscape of Arlington, Texas. The saga surrounding Aiyuk and the San Francisco 49ers has been simmering for quite some time. It reached a boiling point when Aiyuk, unsatisfied with the circumstances, requested a trade following the conclusion of the 2023 season. The dispute was seemingly resolved with a staggering 4-year, $120 million extension, with an impressive $76 million guaranteed. However, in a surprising turn of events, in early March, NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport dropped a bombshell. He revealed that the 49ers are open to the possibility of trading Aiyuk. The news became even more interesting following the Niners roster cuts, which saw the departure of another key player, Deebo Samuel. This series of events led analysts to speculate that the Dallas Cowboys may be interested in acquiring the star receiver. The Dallas Cowboys, according to some experts, could be a match made in heaven for Aiyuk. Alex Hogler of Total Pro Sports is one such believer, asserting that Dallas should go all in and try to secure the Pro Bowl receiver. With the recent addition of George Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Cowboys' offensive lineup could potentially form a grand trio with Aiyuk and their resident star receiver, CeeDee Lamb. Hogler, while excited by the prospect, did acknowledge that investing heavily in 2 additional receivers besides Lamb could pose some challenges. However, he also emphasized that such a move could catapult the Cowboys into becoming serious Super Bowl contenders. The analyst drew attention to the fact that other teams have successfully built their offenses around pairs of star receivers. Examples include the Cincinnati Bengals with Ja'Marr Chase and T. Higgins, the Philadelphia Eagles with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, and the Miami Dolphins with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Hogler suggests that Dallas could replicate this successful formula by integrating Pickens, Lamb, and Aiyuk into their offensive lineup. Acquiring Aiyuk, however, won't come cheap. The Cowboys would likely have to part ways with first- and fourth-round picks in the upcoming 2026 draft. However, given that the 49ers were expected to pay Aiyuk $47 million of his guaranteed contract extension before April 1st, the impact on the Cowboys' salary cap would be significantly cushioned. At this point, it's purely speculation. Nevertheless, the potential trade remains an intriguing prospect, especially as Aiyuk could be the missing piece that finally propels the Dallas Cowboys towards a long-awaited Super Bowl victory. The question remains, however, whether Jerry Jones' team is ready and willing to make such a bold move. It's a decision that could potentially change the face of the franchise, and only time will tell if they're ready to take the plunge.